Hello, I'm Anawultus, and currently I'm a bit sick, and the only thing that's stopping me from constantly sneezing is the fact that I've currently got a cough drop in my mouth. So that will eventually run out. Anyway, this video. What did I want to talk about in this video? I know the thing. Science victories, in specifically civilization. They don't make sense. And people know that they don't make sense. It doesn't make sense that you can win a game where there's maybe 5 or 6 different other countries with military strengths that add up to greater than yours, and they're about to nuke you in a week, but you win because you sent a colony out to Mars or some other distant planet. And even though in a week or so, most of your population could be dead. So that's not really a win, because of course in a fight, running away is a win if your opponent's intention were to harm you. However, this doesn't work on a grand political scale, because if your country is being invaded and you run away, then your opponents win, not because they killed you, because they didn't in this instance, but because they took all your land and all your resources, and now you've got nothing. So this doesn't really make sense. So the question that I want to pose to you, yes, you, the YouTube community, or anybody else that might be watching, is what would a real science victory be? Now, to answer this, we have to ask ourselves, what is science exactly? And there are a few different definitions for it. You can go with the very broad definition that science, based on its etymology, is knowledge or any field of study. Or you can go to the strict, only the scientific method is science, and the scientific method is a research methodology. But we'll say that it can be anywhere in between, but the point is that you research something that you then implement, and that leads you to have an insurmountable advantage over the rest of the world. And that is what a science victory should be. So, what sort of advantage would this be? Well, one example of this would be if you had a powerful weapon that could destroy any other country in the world, and you're the only one that has it, and your potential opponents have no countermeasure for it. That would be an overwhelming advantage. It puts your power at an order of magnitude, or a few orders of magnitude, above the power of your potential enemies. Maybe they're friends and they don't want to fight, but that's good too. A real-life example of this would be nuclear bombs, which are not as overwhelming to that extreme, because countries without nuclear bombs can and do have countermeasures to protect themselves against nuclear bombs and against the effects of nuclear warfare. But let's say you were to wage a nuclear war against a country that doesn't have such countermeasures, such as maybe Ethiopia in 1945. They would not be able to fight back against such warfare. Or when airplanes were first invented, and you decided to, and someone would potentially decide to wage air warfare against a part of the world that does not have very weapons that are very suitable for anti-aircraft fire. That would also be a significant advantage. However, not as significant as coming to the point where it would definitely be counted as a global supremacy or global superiority in technology over your opponents. One feasible, but currently not possible, but potentially possible, but I'm not going to say that it's going to happen, because just because something could happen doesn't mean that it actually will happen. And that would be nanites being used to perhaps implant a kill switch in people, so that someone can say that someone that's attacking can just be killed right away, and that would be a significant advantage if you manage to implement that into all your potential enemies. Then you could simply kill them if they tried to attack you, and that would be an insurmountable advantage unless they somehow had a countermeasure for it. Or, going to a more extreme that goes even less realistic, having some sort of mind control technology. That certainly would make it impossible. Or a weapon that can target very specifically to very specific locations to kill specific individuals from anywhere in the world. Let's say you have an enemy who's leading a country somewhere else. You can decide to kill that person even if that person is hidden in the middle of a bunker. That would also be an example of some insurmountable advantage that I say would be valid enough for a science victory. Now, the question arises, what do you think would be something that would be good for a science victory in a game like Civilization? It's an honest question. Please do comment in the comments below. And I hope you don't get sick either, because I'm sick right now. So, thanks for watching, I suppose. Was there anything else I wanted to say? No, not really. If you have any video suggestions, you can comment below as well. So, thanks for watching. I've been Anawiltos, and I will be seeing you all next time. Anawiltos, over and out.